Hello, welcome back to the Found YouTube channel. My name is Sammie. I work here, obviously I've been working here for a long time, and I come on here every month and give a few book recommendations for the month. We're heading into Christmas. This is December. I apologize for missing November. It just appears the entire world has found out about the bookstore, so we've been really busy, which is amazing, but I just did not get a chance to work on any of this YouTube stuff, so I've got a few recommendations going into December. But yeah, we might as well just get right into it. I'm gonna give you 3 recommendations. I only have one of them with me physically. Do I ever have them all with me physically? No. I don't think that's ever happened. Maybe in the new year. Maybe that can be my New Year's resolution, is to have the books in store when I recommend them. Let's just get into it. By the way, I totally skipped over this entire new background. It's winter, so it's really dark in the mornings now, so there's no lighting for me to use upstairs. So we're in the basement today with the bargain books behind me. I hope this lighting's not wonky, but we're just gonna go with it. The first book I do actually have with me, this is How to Kill a Witch by Zoe Venditozzi and Claire Mitchell. This is a historical book about the witch trials in Scotland in the 17th century. And it is like a deep dive into everything that happened, how it happened, why it happened, and now kind of how that has affected everything. It's very well researched. These two have done a lot of work to really know as much as they can about the names of the people, and like the climate at the time, why people were deciding that people were witches and just killing them. But it is not just that, it is formatted as a quote-unquote guide, instruction manual on how to find, prosecute, kill the witches. But it has got this overarching perspective of feminism. The reason why 90% of the witches who were found and killed were women, often women that just people didn't like, or did something that people didn't like, or gave a weird energy. So, of course they were a witch, and they had to die, because what else, right? I'm not explaining it very well, because I don't really know. I'm not done it yet, mind you. This is the book I'm currently reading. But I am over halfway through, and let me see how they describe it. Oh yes, the authors, they run a podcast together called Witches of Scotland. Sharp wit, keen feminist insight, they reveal the inner workings of a patriarchal system designed to weaponize fear and oppress women. How to Kill a Witch is a powerful, darkly humorous reminder of the dangers of superstition, bias, and ignorance, and the warning to never forget the past while raising the question of whether it could ever happen again. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It's showing exactly how these witch trials happened. And, mind you, we've all heard of the Salem witch trials of Salem, Massachusetts in the United States. And it's often believed that was the worst and the biggest, and that's why everyone knows about it. It was not. It was just, you have to read the book to figure out why it was so well talked about. But many, many, many more people were accused and killed in the Scotland witch trials that lasted almost over a century on and off. So it's really bringing these people's names to light, bringing the story to light, and just, it's interesting. If you're interested in history, if you're interested in feminism, if you're interested in just learning new things, this is a fantastic book. Honestly, I think anybody who enjoys history and who enjoys a very well-researched book would love this. This video is gonna be long because I'm not gonna stop talking, but I'm gonna tell you the story. Somebody came into the bookstore, she's like, do you have this book? And we were like, no, and we've also never heard of it. So let's look it up. We looked it up, the picture came up, and me and Taylor both went, whoa. Because I don't know how we hadn't heard of this. The cover, everything about it, immediately I was like, we're ordering this right now and I'm buying one, thank you. That tells you all you need to know, because we see a lot of books in a day. Okay, that's enough about that. Anyways, you should read that, it's fantastic. Next, 2 books that I listened to, totally different vibes. First, I need the author's name, sorry. First book is It Girl, The Life and Legacy of Jane Birkin by Marissa Meltzer. It is a biography about Jane Birkin, obviously, and it was really interesting. I am a huge fan of books about celebrity culture, about fashion icons, interesting people who just paved the way for themselves. And all I knew about Jane Birkin was related to the Birkin bag, which was like a small portion of this story, not even close to a lot of it. She was an actress, she was a musician, she was a mother, she was a fashion icon in a way, but she was just an incredibly interesting woman. She was an activist, she was very passionate. So if you are interested in the fashion industry, or if you're just interested in like learning about a cool woman who lived a very interesting and inspiring life, you should definitely pick that one up. Like I said, I didn't know anything about her and I could not put it down. I was so intrigued. I just think she was such a cool woman and she just had such an interesting life. It's not crazy long, and it wasn't boring. You know how sometimes memoirs can be just like, they did this and then they did this and then they did this. That was not my experience with this. I really enjoyed it. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't think this makes any sense. She was very interesting, the book was very interesting, it was well written, well researched. Again, love a well researched book. Finally, we're gonna go with a fiction book. Total 180. As we know, if we know, I love Regency era rom-com books. I am just like a sucker. If I see a cover and it's Regency era, or I read the title and I know it's based off a classic or something like that, I am a sucker. Is this like a very overdone trope? Maybe. I don't care. So it's a sapphic 19th century rom-com called Ladies in Hating by Alexandra Vasti. It is about two women who are authors of like gothic novels. One of the women realizes that there is like so many weird, eerie similarities between their novels every single time, and they're coming out around the same time, and it's like starting to make her really mad. She's like, why are these the exact same? I'm not telling anyone about my stories, about my characters. Why do they have the same names? Blah, 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 blah. So naturally she goes and like hunts her down and finds her. And then she realizes it's a girl she knew as a child. This girl's dad was the butler to her family. That is some of the reason why their stories are the same. But naturally they just keep fighting about it. And then they end up kind of keep getting thrown together in all of these situations, and naturally they fall in love, because duh. I loved it. It was very witty, it was very fast. The characters are hilarious, they're very interesting. It was very spicy, which I was not expecting and not typically my thing, but is a well-written book. And yeah, if you love rom-coms, if you're looking for a sapphic rom-com, if you're looking for more 19th century rom-coms, because I could recommend those probably all day long. 10 out of 10 recommend. I literally listened to almost the entire thing in one day because I just wanted to keep listening. Okay, that is the end of my spiel. I've been yapping for so long today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you pick up one of the books. I hope you have a fantastic holiday season if you celebrate any holidays during the month of December. Yeah, I think that's kind of all I have to say, so I'm just gonna leave it at that before we all get annoyed. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys probably in the new year, which is crazy. Bye.